Hey everyone, and welcome to another Explainer. Today, we're tackling a massive shift that has literally rewired the entire business world. We're going to break down exactly why modern marketing absolutely beats the traditional approach. We hear all these buzzwords flying around online every single day, right? Well, today, we're going to cut right through that noise and uncover the core mechanics of why this digital transition has completely taken over. Okay, let's dive into this. The big question: what exactly is marketing? We all kind of know what it is in practice, sure, but it is incredibly easy to get totally lost in complex corporate jargon. The corporate world desperately tries to overcomplicate what is actually a very simple transaction. They make it sound like some kind of mystical science that requires a PhD just to decode. I mean, just look at this. If you ask the American Marketing Association, you get a definition talking about a set of institutions and presenting an exchange of offers for co-partners in the society itself. Okay, take a breath. It is so dense and clunky, it perfectly demonstrates how the old guard made the whole industry seem totally inaccessible. Reading that just leaves you wondering, okay, but what actually happens on a day-to-day basis to drive revenue? So let's take a comedic breath of fresh air here. What does this mean in layman's terms? Simply put, you're showing the value of your solution to the right clients. That's it. That crystal clear objective is the true, highly effective core of the entire industry. Keep this incredibly simple definition in mind as we look at how different areas of business have completely transformed the way they actually accomplish this goal. And that brings us to our starting baseline, the old guard of traditional marketing. I want you to picture the stuff we see every day: towering highway billboards, prime-time television commercials, those glossy magazine spreads. This was literally the golden age of mass broadcasting. It was an era where whoever had the biggest budget simply bought the biggest megaphone, right? Just to shout at the absolute largest possible crowd. And this brilliantly illustrates the core strategy of that era: spray and pray. You blast a single message to millions of people all at once. Think about it. When a huge brand drops $7 million on a 30-second Super Bowl commercial, they know full well that 90% of those viewers will never, ever buy their product. They just spray the message everywhere and simply pray that a tiny fraction of the right people actually happen to see it. Now, traditional marketing absolutely still has a place, mostly for building broad, long-term brand awareness. But if you're using it as a primary tool to drive direct, measurable sales, well, it suffers from a massive leaky bucket problem, all because of two fatal flaws that make it highly inefficient. First off, tracking your return on investment is nearly impossible. If you put up a billboard, you have zero concrete data on exactly how many people bought your product specifically because they saw that sign. You're basically flying blind. Second, you're paying top dollar to show ads to completely irrelevant audiences. Just imagine the massive, bloated budgets completely wasted paying for the attention of people who have absolutely zero intent to ever buy from you. 20. I really want to pause on this number for dramatic effect. Over the last 20 years, roughly since Google launched AdWords and literally changed the internet forever, we've seen a massive shift. The rise of digital caused a steady, completely irreversible decline in traditional marketing, entirely due to those exact flaws we just talked about. Businesses finally realized they just couldn't afford to guess about their ROI anymore. Now, what's really interesting to note here is the stark binary opposition between these two distinct eras of business. It's night and day. On one side, you have the clunky, old guard of spraying, praying, impossible tracking, and wasted spend, and on the other, a hyper-efficient modern machine built entirely on targeting specific customer needs, eliminating waste, and operating with absolute financial efficiency. Enter the modern champion, digital marketing. Instead of broadcasting generic messages to the masses and hoping for the best, modern marketing uses actual behavioral data and search intent to identify exact customers. You isolate the specific demographic that actively needs your solution right now, and you serve your ads exclusively to them. You are completely bypassing the massive wasted spend of the traditional approach. So the crucial point is this quote right here: track your return on investment down to the dollar. I honestly cannot emphasize this enough. This data-driven precision is the ultimate reason modern marketing beats traditional. It's a superpower. When you invest in a digital campaign, you can track the exact path to calculate your customer acquisition cost. No more guessing. If you put $1 into the machine, you know exactly how many dollars it spits back out. Let's move on and see how this builds into a highly targeted, cohesive digital toolkit. The beauty of this modern ecosystem is that you aren't just relying on one expensive channel. It's like a giant puzzle working together. You capture active intent with SEO and search marketing, you nurture those leads directly through email, you build a loyal community on social media, and scale through affiliates. This entire toolkit lets you put the right solution in front of the exact right person at the perfect moment. And honestly, mastering these tools is the ultimate modern skill set. Because digital marketing cleanly solves the fatal flaws of traditional advertising, understanding how this ecosystem works is incredibly valuable. Whether you're a solo freelancer, a startup founder trying to scale, or you're just looking to climb the corporate ladder, wielding this digital toolkit is an absolute business superpower in today's economy. So we've seen exactly why the targeted, trackable nature of digital makes it the undisputed champion over the old spray and pray method. But I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. If traditional marketing is in such steep decline, how will the world's oldest, most established legacy brands actually survive this massive digital shift? Will the giants of the billboard and TV era successfully pivot, or will they be entirely outmaneuvered by hyper-efficient digital startups? Think about it. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep exploring the incredible data-driven world of modern business.